So here's a brief overview of what we're going to cover. Like I said, it's a lot of information. We're going to talk about the administration of the exam, how it's given, what are some of the requirements, and what's on the examination, very importantly, how to study. It's important that you consider how you're going to go about studying for the examination, and review course providers like Simandhar are those that are there to help you navigate that. We also have a service for experience verification if that's something that you might need, so we'll share some information on that. And the licensing process, and like I said, candidate resources, places you can go to get more information. In the United States, you are licensed as a US CPA at the state level, at the state jurisdiction level. And we have 55 jurisdictions. There's 50 states and then 5 additional territories and districts that have the ability to license CPAs. So involved in our world are the boards of accountancy where you actually get your CPA license. And then we have 3 parties, AICPA, the American Institute of Certified Public Accountants, NASBA, which I represent, the National Association of State Boards of Accountancy, and Prometric, who you've probably heard of. Those are 3 parties that work together to bring the examination to you and to work with you through the licensure process for the state boards. So let's talk briefly about the requirements for the US CPA exam. And there are some fundamental rules and requirements, but then there are also nuances from state to state. And that's what makes things a little challenging, but we can help you through that, and your universities and review course providers can help with that too. We have what we call the 3 E's, or if you add ethics exams in, it's 4 E's. It's easy to remember that way. We have education requirements, and under a US, Kyle Barrier is going to speak about this in a few moments, but under the US education model, you have to have 150 hours of semester hours of education, which includes a bachelor's degree equivalent and an accounting concentration. So Kyle can talk a little bit more about that, but that is the fundamental overarching education requirement. But then different states may have requirements for different coursework, may have different requirements for different numbers of hours of accounting or business, which makes it a little more challenging, but we can help you through that.
So once you finish the International Evaluation Report process, you've submitted all documents to NIES, we finalize the report, we close your account, we send you the report, or we upload it to your user account so you can view it. We also send it directly to the jurisdiction where you applied. So your next step is to then submit your application to CPA Central if you're applying to a jurisdiction that NASBA assists. There may be a board that processes those applications themselves, such as California or Oregon, as we call them CPACE jurisdictions, that's CPA Examination Services. We do service many of the boards, and I believe we are up to now 33 boards with CPACE. So you submit your application, they determine your eligibility. What our report does, it puts it on an easy to read template where that state coordinator or that state board can easily determine, does this applicant have the necessary education to qualify for the CPA exam? So let's say that you are determined eligible to sit for the CPA exam. You would then receive your notice to schedule, and that's where you can work on scheduling your exam with Prometric. That notice to schedule has the information on it, so you can contact Prometric and get that date, location, and time of your exam. And I know this audience will be booking an international test site, and so that will be covered later in the presentation as well.
Exam basics, Colleen mentioned this at the front of the presentation. 4 sections: auditing and attestation, business environment and concepts, financial accounting and reporting, and regulation, which covers law and taxation. So 4 exam sections, 4 hours each. You have 18 months to pass all sections. You need a 75 or higher on each section to receive a passing score. When you sit down in the Prometric Center to take the exam, you'll see 5 testlets. These 5 testlets, you'll see 2 testlets of multiple choice questions, and then 3 testlets of task-based simulations or case studies. I'll show you an example of, so the exam tests higher order skills. And when I mention higher order skills, what we mean by that: critical thinking, analytical ability, problem solving, of course, skepticism, thinking about the sufficiency of evidence that you have working through questions and as you look toward. We have some changes coming to the exam. We just published the new exam blueprints. They are effective for testing July 1st, 2021. The changes are a result of a study we did in 2019. The focus of the study was to determine the impact of technology on newly licensed CPA practice. I would strongly suggest checking out our blueprints and going to the sample test as first steps.
Be tested in a core, but then you choose one of 3 disciplines in which to be tested. Now, let me be really clear. This is not right now. This is an initiative we're working on, but that examination is set to, we plan to switch over to that new licensure model and new examination in January of 2024.
CPE is required for CPAs to maintain your knowledge or improve knowledge or professional competence to perform quality professional services.
Is there any retirement age in CPA? I heard from one review service provider that 50% of the CPAs are retiring in US.
So first of all, there's no hard retirement age for a US CPA.